you will not find. What do I say? So if you test, you will find. Now here Ghana, the way you know now, we are looking at 2 levels. In just obia advance or near tested. We have been doing even screening. Normally you get some cases. I think what is most important is say no man she say na ya she no ye di so na even wo hwe say dia yare city na yare ene ebe betra ache na say dia ya tie Ghana yi wo say malaria wa ha odiazie we have tried to live with malaria. Likewise, no, we have to try and live with COVID.
So mo kan dia yem hihye na eba.
Say
ye ne no metina no. Ya na ebi mu feel say yes na say ye nya ya dwen say ye kopa no aduro. Nti mo da mo ne ntina.
David, you see,
that's the feeling among
I think say for the past 3 months or something ago, because say that na COVID kwa nyamba Ghana. Because say the fight against COVID no. A collective, individual and government. Because if let's say you say for seminar, what do you say? You say social distancing, also you say face mask, also in share. Then that case, no, you are not ready for the figures to go down.
So
a collective effort.
And say near bet na. The because so be is
yes, because you see, yes, yes, because
hey, for how long?
Wouldn't say uko those days no that be to Asia who say uko those days uko no munya share mask and I was wondering say why because this virus is common ho until that's the way you are protect your until yeah no so no we have to learn how to live with the virus yankuba ya aduma some months to come there will be a vaccine but until that vaccine no the main issue no is preventive measures. In TSA, yes, how you basically are preventing no.
I see. In the same family, say best a fit and I'm female. Na say I be say yemre.
Say it becomes your way of life. Who say in chair
but yes. we miss in Chiano. You want me Mrs. Messi obi anka oba yi kura se minimo. E bia okofa e kura asa okura oba usuro mi bisa one na sa de na ye.
But we are learning to live with the virus. I think it's a behavior change. What I say because and that's the way we have to because if you are never ready say you see super now we'll have a challenge.
But human beings said you rate me fear. Yet me bread. Yet me lose your esteem. So because could we go here because okay near Emre, send from one you can come here and Nanamosa and Bibisa and we are signing bebo.
There be yes sir. Because you see, if I very normal, say Obia Kobia, Ubesha mask. It won't say mask obetum.
Ubeto sanitizer.
Yes.
Yes, you can number
and sasa. It's say hand washing. And I think say to me I'm happy. Say people are trying to adjust. And I think say that should be the direction. Individuals should make sure say they are ready to change their life. Because figure now once a cost no. Yes, I want a cost rule. Interactions.
And a labor.
Yes.
And doctor so ne be kwa because why
yes
it in terms
up
on session
we have to it's like say HIV say disease also you have sex without condom say behavior change what I say until you need to lean with it you need and I think one thing we need to talk about it and say you see people are looking at the figure aside behavior change yeah subano yes sano what I say who's the subana the figures will not be as we are seeing it. I think it's something say, oh, you're big media man. Let's push that message. Say Ghanaians need to have a change in the way they live.
But adding,
because
you make us adding, say, "What the hell? You share, you fear."
Oh, but say you baby.
But look, when will be the birthday. Oh yeah, I'm from family. Now, delegates of we are winning last year. We have crafty say, Bibisa or chache semne
yakuba ya aduma na say vaccine ba what has na yakuba ya aduma say enya the antiviral agent.
Yeah.
Then the disease will no more be prominent as it is now. Until that time there, you pay the non-pharmaceutical measures. Indeed, that's what we are doing now. And I think that that's what Ghanaians should know, sir. You cannot decide, sir, you still don't want to appreciate social distancing. You still don't want to wash your hands. You still don't want to wear face masks, and you don't expect the infection. Until a collective, the individual has a role to play. The government has a role to play. Government must make sure that government is providing the enabling environment. What do I say? And I think that we need to work in that togetherness, and then we can contain the outbreak.
Nti say aban ye ne de no yensu individuals ne yenye nto ho say mask ne be koso ato.
Yes.
Sanitizer ne ye beto.
Yes.
Soap ne ye beto.
Yes.
Nti be hohoro won sanso. Yese menko a menko. Until say ye benya anu aduro. Until then de. Yes. De wo say ye na wo say ye.
Yes.
Okay. Doc, so yemre argument bi aba say baby o yesi nipa no ye mu wie no mo kwa first of all me misa say nipa 5000 asesan a omo yeso mo ho ato mo no question am for ta bi say omo wai
okay we say you were three kinds of people. Let's say unya COVID now. First, because say who symptoms around the symptoms. Into who is symptomatic, who are different categories. Then we also try to find out who are other comorbidity. And say we have hypertension, diabetes, phobia, and so who are different categories. Then we also try to look at even your surroundings. What I say, the idea is to guide in management. What I say, for now, we have people who are the treatment center. Almost they are positive, and then there's an evidence that they have other comorbidity. Normally they have to be seen at the hospital. What I say, it's Gan East, if you are UGMC, because they must have constant hospital care. And you will be asymptomatic. We be what call the human screening, why positive. Open a number Pentecost one. Today you don't have anything. Normally you just monitor them for the period of time and they go home. Until I said, you will never be more treatment center. You be more isolation centers. Na be more fear. It's only for you come saying now they belong to these categories. Until you follow them up to see how you are faring. Until based on the new guideline, then we said I think a few days ago we discharged about more 300 people from Pentecost because more at transfer for about 3 weeks. And if you look at the new guideline now, clearly they don't need to be there.
And doc say then you can say okay ni pass me see we onko fie we dey bia onyanko fie we buy we di na watwe we buy we di send
okay, you see normally this will be here. There are two things you look for. One, clinical well-being of the person. Ni part of what why say do person check say sana one of the ban echo. The other one is say will that person be able to infect somebody else? What do you say? Those are two things you look for. Until we say now about hospital. Normally for COVID you be fever, cough, sore throat. Now say for until doctor dey fear no. Likewise near lab test. But what we found is say, and this is by I want to say guideline here come was no. And yet Ghana for guideline it's a guideline which is conforming to what WHO has prescribed. There's a lot of work that's been done by WHO saying what the guideline say 10 days after the infection, the number of viruses you is about negligible. So you're not likely to infect anybody. Until you are saying the person comes to the hospital with fever, cough, sore throat. Now it's hard money in our co. What do I say? And we are also saying after 10 days the person cannot infect another person. The person can be discharged. As will be about hospital or fever, the one shit. Our dinner, the TNA, you say you have malaria, you quite test malaria positive. Then you now to what? Or the whole 3 days, Doctor Abba, who yes, there be within a jai. Yeah, discharge until that's the principle.
The other said the pakone who are tono.
Yes.
And I say only be onyare
Yes.
Or console to me fan for some will be a.
Yes. That's all. Into that class, you discharge the person to go home.
International share or while
that is the guideline now, man. But you see, let me say, we know, your friend is a novel virus. What I say? We use the first name nCoV, novel coronavirus. Into you go forward, you need ADHD. You should Ghana guideline now. We are saying, say, even when you are the discharger, you still have to come for review because the doctors will still be able to assess you. If we are still following up, we are saying, say, clearly, no, there's evidence to say that Ubia only symptom after 2 weeks, no, you should be able to discharge a person.
I don't know your momo horror, no. See guidelines about Pimho. What about or by in China? Guidelines a cover your inside the relationship now. So, Beffy. No Beffy Boko dear. Was a service of you will be a department in the BB Qua, Cacrad would who know Coradio. Intino guidelines, so does it extend to?
Yes, so we are saying that at least for the Okofia, for the rest 2 weeks, make sure say you are still keeping a distance with us because we will still want to be cautious. Because we share literature now. He's saying that this is the direction, but still for a bit of caution. And to be thinking, say, as a country called Ghana, no, WHO for MI guidance, no, say never boy. Because I'm not sure until recently, no, we call Pentecost, no, so
center honor modern
group, because we are on it. And I also say, we got COVID, and our labs were results number. It was causing so much confusion. And this same idea, no, that WHO realized, no. If there's evidence, say, no, after 2 weeks, why do you still keep people waiting for lab tests? It realized all of a sudden, no, now we have space. We say Pentecost for now, there's space. We call Treatment Center now, there's space. It's giving space for us to operate. Until this guideline helps the average Ghanaian. It relieves the patient himself, and then we can actually get time to look at those who are very ill.
I see. So, my question back when so we are no am go maintain you papa. 5,000 or more here.
I never catch on say 5,000 no, they are scattered all over. Into basically
so when me enter me be say question no. Oh, na say for say bia. The man for can say in kwan the akoko na ya say na me be say bida. The man for can so feel say was say nka yehu say nipa 5,000 wo munie minim so work on social media omo ye bi say won say obi say do you know somebody so minim so what is ade na onya nya bi ada
on ba je nifa ni ho ana
mo so mo hu omo
say what is the issue because issue no say
I nipa 5,000 where are they? Mo ho ato mo no mo way.
Oh, you see, I think that maybe what you need to do is you see your liver 14,000 and over 100, and you have what they call a lie list. What I say, the lie list no clearly tells you where each person is, and a region biano or idea where the people are. What I say, and clearly as I've told you, we share categories na makana. It's either their home base, or their treatment center. Or they are at the isolation center, or they are at home. They have been some of them no. I mean, they are. If you want to find where they are, you actually find them because you have the records. Yes.
Okay.
The office of Moe.
All right. Okay. So, Doc, they say maybe ever be one of the issues among folk empire, the issue of stigmatization. But the guidelines now address it, issue of stigmatization. I address it.
No, the guideline was focusing on a discharge. You see, I think that as we try to live with the disease, though, issues about stigma will go off. What do I say? Because if, and I think that Yana president tried to push the idea and say, we say, okay, we say COVID, getting it, no, and yeah, dear,
and yeah, new.
Yes.
So I didn't know about you. I didn't know about you who am binum.
No, that is
and
why.
And the way he kind of intra.
That's why we need, because if, as you say, we know what he say, okay, you move him, but if they obey me, now who is it seeing? You do of COVID now, you can get it. So I don't see why you should be shy except when you're COVID. Maybe people's mentality of it, no? But I think that with the idea of it being part of us, no, it will actually go off. Because somebody will be with malaria, nobody is shy except with malaria.
Ebi ase de sika ho asem so ka ho bi.
Say
Bia ye manu ye hu wonya bia hwa ne abechew videos abehwe ne yese obi yakwoche no ye ne kwa isolation center mekomenko nye Ghana ha but elsewhere ebi ase de sika no so ka ho bi.
Yes, inti utofia no man dane. Inti I think say the more we speak about it, no, inti enya ade bia ehu say me ka no, you see live the disease, no, it's also about you being able to turn your life around. Because we say HIV, let me say, if you want to compare HIV and COVID, you hide HIV, but I don't see why you should hide COVID. Because as I said, would you be a try every night when see an boy goes well? I mean,
the body a woman in
yes, body be or like HIV, I can say be you are going to have sex. Would I say sex when it will mean in the things that you see the paradigm of COVID. That is not something that you wrongly got it. Would I say the only issue is that we need to protect each other. Because if I have COVID, would I say now remember mask, chance of me giving to you no minimal. If you all want to protect each other, then in that case no the infection will be very minimal. I don't think say I think we need to push the message across that getting COVID is not a crime.
Generally, so we share the AC treaty no in terms of bibi ho a betimi bibi ho a yentimi enje na ya balanced and fair. My example, and me who say best 2 or 3 weeks ni mu say ya sha say ball. Obi bi say sabi o sorry ese me yanko school yentena fie board ye yitimi ko na ekobo e buy and share mask enipa ne timi do mo ho ko mo ho eno na as you bachelor say what's that?
No, I think that you see the issues about you consider a lot of factors. Issues about interaction and at a point in time. Would I say be a walk or so ya? Would be to see ya. But is for about 3 hours.
Ubia me home mechanical.
Would I say? It at a point and it's an enclosed place. It's enclosed place now. Wo bowa now when see now told you no. Now the virus no is being circulated. But football there no is open, big space. Into the point in time now, virus no may be changing minimal.
But the contact no hop.
Yes, but it doesn't stay long. Would I say it be a pimua? Some people no ball. You're trying. Would talk bin chance over ball.
But to be true, be no other so.
But it doesn't last. It's seconds. Well, sorry. It's a contact issues and how long you stay in contact. Would I say? I think the whole idea is that you want to reduce the risk of getting the infection. Until you look at where are you likely to get the higher risk and minimize it. That's the whole idea of trying to address COVID.
So for my trials and cabin more comments and more questions, and unfortunately, me ya and to just say be a banner men can yet, and my entity and mean to me and can me have say, meet me a refresher, meet me refresher, doc be young ones, otherwise, no, me questions and maybe sano, and one maybe sano, I will have say. Doctor say, your man go school, and them say, university for your moko. And then now, if for airco, secondary school for no airco. Now, a doctor, also share, who said, "Di sa COVID the Kuma Kuti." And then a person catch them, person dear by way of advice, and they no more. He himself, Veronica basket in there, yes, mask no hot. And even beam never say
You, I think say, me about SS3.
Okay, into a call.
Omokon and there.
Ubijana Quine.
Omok message. Omoko. It, I think that issue no it's about still the non-pharmaceutical measures. No? It applies for all spheres. What do you say? Issue until you hear measures now, you have to come now. They are saying say class size be actually more than 25. Until they are still trying to maintain the social distancing. That social distancing must be maintained. They are still trying to make sure that the face mask is there. They should making sure that the biological buckets are there. It's not just being there and being used. It is when all those measures are put in place there, then it's very not likely that you will have the infection. It's not foolproof, but the chance of getting infection is minimal. And there are things that, and likewise, that's why they are saying that less people should visit them. Until the thinking is that as more people come from outside, the chance of external infection
to me.
Who said that's the principle of Ghana? You started you block borders. The idea is that you are anything outside and ever. You block to that same thinking, and old school. They shouldn't say if you are able to contain the school as, let's say, a virgin environmental. Now you are external person. Then that is the risk.
But obviously there is the external factor. Workers are muku fiba. So omoti abonte.
Yes.
They be ombekwa to they go back to the society no masan bankora no.
Yes, but that's why most institutions they have measures in place to make sure that they are keeping a close eye on each staff. Because even the TSM could be a source of infection. Indeed, the thinking is that when a lot of parents are coming now, the risk is much more than that's the thinking. And I think that you must all support. You see, I said this 3 months ago, that the fight against COVID, and yet I buy it is we.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. When we say we, it's you as an individual, your role, and Abine's role.
Facha me se mo Canada na minimum. So at the school level, to say the encomain we ye work COVID team and na say be observe protocols from time to time near say send AC call and yes adia ye emphasize direct at the school level how is it like?
The schools so see as level obia almost small COVID committee who are trying to track, because first and foremost there are a lot of measures being put in place. What do I say? That we should say the mask. Now initial things have been provided. But how are we making sure that they are being replenished? Until there's a team at all levels trying to make sure that things are in place. Then also you have the district director of health who has an oversight of all activities going on in the district, and they'll be monitoring whatever is going on in the various schools.
Okay.
In that things on paper, things appear organized, but we have to make sure that they work.
Okay. Please, okay, Madin Ibrahim, thank you so very much. Sam Ajman says that, TK, this is a very good discussion. I suggest you bring people to your studio to discuss important issues like this. Okay. And stop bringing MPP and NDC to your station. Okay. And so here, Richmond Lomote says, how are you doing this morning? Happy Father's Day. Please ask the doc for me. Where did the medicine come from? Hey, medicine cry I can't once more. And I looked at and can't medicine be awesome. And Pacho, you can't medicine be awesome. I say, and net. I don't pay. Doc, you will pay mono na minim sabi misa asem we ya. Says here I say adie ni ba betnai. What is happening to search for vaccine and drone adeno Ghana the na make
No, so you see, even the data that countries collect, they all contribute to science. Because, as I said, a collective effort by individual member states to get a vaccine. We are also pulling data together to contribute. There's also underground work also being done. But I think that it may take some time, maybe 6 months before we get the vaccine. We say flu, it happened about 100 years ago. Do you hear there are some pictures of people
wearing mask.
It's a cedar. And let me say, we share some of the temperate countries now. Who's a mono, a flu, rather malaria.
Eric.
Yes. I think that luckily maybe we may be protected by weather. It's not very clear. That's what I'm saying. We cannot be so sure. COVID as able to cry, but as we try to implement the corrective measures, effective very minimal. But I want to say that discharge gala where the buyer no. A idea it was brought about to allay the stress in the system. And clearly over a few days you have higher. Because one, the lab tests that were being done, it was being pressured. Until obi what no. So that's it onya lab results. Not that's that one. But now with this policy no, you can go. They can have time. No oma ya no. We in your time when you lab results in them. Into a idea first and foremost, two things. One, obi a only symptom bia. After 2 weeks, the message said that person will be declared discharged. What was sentence no? Sentence no, you pull up for about 14 days. After 14 days, you say acquire near the 3 days account, yeah, discharge you. Until we are policy, Nigeria first started on the 10 days. Yeah, no, yeah, the coach 14 days. Until when you are there, Ghana from Ghana, idea most countries in the world are using it.
Okay, Doc. Yeah, that's a pa na happy Father's Day is belated though. O madam was say. Mr. Abri say COVID here bi kra nka wo Kumase akwa kogya kwan. So wa hanti me come on bana to say nka papa obeba but is a general odi kun anim. Ehwe. Eti no ye beda se pa do pay say oba. Once again ebusuafo ye kai mo yen so ye duty dey say ye behwe say wo ye ne ye wo say wo ye. And say ye say Dr. Krabaya was now can be or say yen share mask. What share mask? So when him say baby I will call ni nipa be kwa konya interaction. Doc na no ye kan wa say some small kan kra me ati say obi o ho no nkwa na teleka mu so abo mask yi na was so esi no nkwa ati nam Kumase kwan so o nhia obi anso still a no share the mask no. Na ye kan say if you say that's yes I know say ye. And then yes sir.
Somebody he wants to be used to it. He wants to be used to it.
Used to it in the heading.
Okay.
And you share a mask no. Say what do no de reusable we see no what to so we see ahata no what to so. The disposable so amen ko horo nsan fa iron kosi so. Ana meboa. Now what to atwene. What to twene so ahu say nya wo de koto am obi akofa. What they call share refuse bin so the bear will be entering in coffee. Or much said you see who answer. Must be a crowd to happy birthday, you know, or to first stanza, second stanza, when we know our own say we. Yes, all doing Saquasi, a penal seminar when I will call baby no. And I say, fast sanitizer. When himself bow what would tea or ya. When just any of the symptoms now I can't come with him with tea or him so. Ebeya obi ho a so yare okwa hwe be chine COVID nti on compacho ukọ ntema ebeboa na yenyina mwa finally obi nya COVID a oni boni bia nti maye megne ye nyini sika na ma ne metena motamu ha biem ne yetu na free dem na ye ma no enyesa yesa ye mwa ye ho. I think says obi kura ho to na no oba o se e ma no a heroes or a heroines welcome ana doc meboa.
Yes.
O se me ye nige say ye nua bia yare no asen aba nye say ye pahi no ye trantram no esa na ye mwa esa na nipa kro no be kwa kote nti mgiri say ye say be boy na doc eno ano ye pagya mu ye ne Dr. Franklin Esiedu Bekwen ena twetwe nkomo doc ye head disease surveillance department omo no mo hwe tete say yare bi pese be wura Ghana ha na o ma stop no one time nti omo ye custom for most stop yare enye COVID by no dada nyina dwuma mo ya no na obone ho modern pa nti mi gya no kwase ye ba ye won komo pi a ye bedi e wo dwumadi eso nti bo ntwan ye ba sese a